Getting into the video. As you can tell by on the screen, we got a Carolina Panthers video for you guys. So any of you guys that are Carolina Panther fans out here, don't worry. We got you guys with the preseason preview that we are going to run through right here, right now. Just kidding, not right now. But before we do that, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on so you're notified anytime that we upload a video. Now we can get into it.
Question is, will Baker in Carolina? Let's get to it.
Potentially.
Will Carolina let Baker be successful?
Well, I guess starting it off, you guys can see the stats from last year. The record shows what the stats show. They were not a very good team. Had a horrendous offense, the worst offense according to PFF in football. But they've made quite a few moves in the offseason. And we'll go over kind of what they've done, and then we'll give you some key points and questions, and kind of go over what we think can happen for them. Most recently, they did just trade for Baker Mayfield for a 5th-round conditional pick. That turns into a 4th-rounder if he starts for 7 games this year. They re-signed DJ Moore to a 4-year contract extension. They signed center Bradley Bozeman, and then also signed running back Deontay Foreman on 1-year deals. They signed the kicker or the punter Johnny Hecker, and then also a guard Austin Corbett from the Rams, both from the Rams, on a 3-year deals. They re-signed their defensive end Marquez Haynes. They also signed safety Xavier Woods, who I think he came from the Cowboys. Am I correct?
I think so. That sounds right.
Yeah, and they also signed linebacker Corey Littleton. That's about like the gist for the signings. They obviously had their draft picks and whatnot, but they also changed up some coaching positions, and most importantly, they signed or named Ben McAdoo as their offensive coordinator. So that's the overall gist of what's been added. So now it comes down to like the key points for what could happen in Carolina for them this year. You gotta just be prayerful that Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy, right? Like, this Carolina has been bleeding Christian McCaffrey since he came into the league for him. Like, that is their team, and he struggled significantly the last couple years with injury.
Yeah, it's been really bad.
So that brings up that question: will Baker Mayfield succeed? I think it comes down to Christian McCaffrey. I don't know. They've got good wide receivers. They have a good core, at least. Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore.
I see what you're going with there, because then if you can have a healthy Christian McCaffrey, then you can have him be there to kind of help take a load off of Baker Mayfield, in a sense. Like, knowing that you have Christian McCaffrey in your backfield can kind of lift a weight off of Baker Mayfield's shoulders. He doesn't really have to play hero ball a whole hell of a lot of the time, or most of the time. He can kind of relax, maybe play his game, and then if stuff isn't working out, okay, well, I got Christian McCaffrey behind me. Things are going to be all right. I can hand the ball off to him, maybe try and find a groove or something, but I see where you're going with that. If he can stay healthy, it'll make things a lot better for Baker.
One of the things, too, that is something that I think we kind of forget is they drafted a big tackle in Ike Ekwonu in the first round of the draft. They didn't go with a Kenny Pickett or something like that. And, I mean, it puts them in a better position for this year, which, like we've said, is a very crucial year. But I think if CMC is not healthy, I think this offensive line will be better because of Ike. And, yeah, hopefully that transfers into Baker Mayfield being able to use the play action.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm also curious to kind of see how this offense changes with Ben McAdoo, what he plans on doing, because you're trading for Baker, and they're saying it's an open competition, but Baker is better than Matt Corral. Baker is better than Sam Darnold. So I could see I don't want to see a place where he's not starting week 1, right? Maybe he doesn't start the whole season if there's like problems going on, which kind of brings up our next point. Is there going to be a QB controversy all year? I don't think there's any love for Sam Darnold, but with Matt Corral, there's the unknown factor. So if something's not going right, like, all right, let's just get this guy in, which causes problems when you have constant change.
I think the controversy, the not a controversy, sorry, but like the job being open, to whoever wins it. I think that's more of saying like whoever has the best grasp of the offense and we're gonna have the least amount of issues with running the offense will, be the one to have the ball in his hands. I don't doubt that Baker Mayfield's gonna take that from Sam Darnold, but it's not necessarily who's the better quarterback, it's who's had enough time and who can run the offense well enough before the start of the season.
Which is
Just
probably
throwing
pretty
that out
fair.
there.
And then another major point with that is I'm wondering what kind of offense they would run though with Ben McAdoo, because it's been publicly known that Ben McAdoo does not like Baker Mayfield, at least coming out of college, based on his like evaluations of him. And Baker's been in, two different major systems in his career, and now he's going into another one. I'm wondering what it's going to be like, because it's more shotgun heavy than the power zone power that the Browns run.
Yeah, I think Baker in college played Oklahoma. They were always in shotgun, and he put up some ridiculous numbers throwing the ball. I think he'll handle the throwing aspect, and I think he'll handle this offense pretty well. I think he does benefit from the play action because it allows him to kind of get out of the pocket where offensive linemen are just huge in the NFL. But I think if you're in the shotgun more often, you have Christian McCaffrey as a very nice dump off weapon. I think you can, I think you can have a very lethal offense with Baker Mayfield throwing and slinging the ball.
Okay. And then, final major point. Will the young Panthers defense take that step up? They have a really good young nucleus of defensive players, and their defense last year was pretty good. It says that they have like the 22nd best defense, but it's kind of hard. That's kind of the problem with defense. It's kind of hard to be really consistent when your offense is just letting you down all year long. Like you can only hold on for so long. So I'm curious if they're going to be able to take that next step up. I don't know, Mike. You thinking that they could do it?
It's still on the contingency of the offense and how they play. But I think if the offense can play good, then I think those defensive guys will be able to get the right amount of rest during the game and be able to stay off the field and be able to be more competitive and not always being on the field, kind of like they were last year. And I think just the whole morale, if everything's going good with the offense, everything's going to be going good with the defense. And then when you have Brian Burns, J.C. Horn, Jeremy Chin, and there's one other, they have a good defensive tackle that I can't think of right now. He's actually pretty solid. I'm spacing his name. But all those guys will step up, and I think they'll be able to play on another level, especially J.C. Horn. No one really knows what he's all about. He got hurt last year, so. But obviously I think he was like the 8th overall, 7th overall, 9th overall pick or whatever 2 years ago. So no one really knows what he's all about, but he's good. He's good, and I think he can come back and be at that same level of being worthy of that pick. So no, I think that defense can do something if everything's rolling right with the offense.
Yeah, they've got a good group.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a really fast secondary with C.J. Henderson out of Florida, J.C. Horn, like you were just talking about, and then Dante Jackson.
Yes,
who has shown that he can be elite at some times and then stumble some other times. It could be for injury, but it is a good secondary, I would say. I think it's a really good secondary, especially with Jeremy Chin.
Yeah,
leading that back. He's incredible. And Brian Burns, he just gets better and better every year.
Yeah, he does.
And then
he's insane.
The defensive tackle you were thinking about is Derrick Brown.
Okay.
The defensive tackle out of Auburn, if I remember correctly. I think their defense can improve. I think that their defense will take that next step. I don't know if it'll help overall, but like out of like a trajectory, if it's going to be the same, drop down or go up, I think it's going to go up a bit. Which kind of ends like the recap, like in our opinion on it. So I guess we can just end it off with, we've got their record up there. It's 5-12. Do they improve from that record, stay the same, or they drop down from that record this year? What's your guess?
If Baker starts, from week 1, and I think if he can stay healthy and play all year, I could see them maybe being like a 7-10, 8-9 team, potentially. I don't think
Not
it'll go
bad.
drastically. Their offensive line still has worries, and I mean DJ Moore, he's getting better, but you still have Terrence Marshall and Robbie Anderson they have to throw to, in that whole dilemma with Robbie Anderson and Baker Mayfield. Who knows how that's actually going on, or what the deal is on that? But if they can't make that work, then that's just another barrier. But I don't know. I think they could be maybe just below 500 team with Baker as their quarterback. I think he can step in, and he's better than Sam Darnold. He's better than Matt Corral. I don't think they have PJ Walker anymore. But I think if you want to win now and you want to keep your job and you want to have a chance at showing the people in the front office that you have things going in the right direction, I think you got to be playing Baker Mayfield.
Right, and I think that's a good start. And then, if anything, and he's not doing it, he's not picking up or whatnot, and you kind of know what's going on. Matt Corral, you've got somebody in there. He's had a bit of the season to prepare and learn a little bit more, and then you can kind of see what you got there.
Yeah.
But
Sam Darnold's not that guy. I'm sorry. He couldn't do it on the Jets, and he can't do it at the Panthers. What is he just automatically going to flip a switch and turn it on after 5 years? I don't think so.
But that kind of ends our recap on the Panthers and our preview. Panthers fans, you'll know better than we do.
Yep,
Obviously, it's your lifeblood. Let us know in the comments what you guys think, where we've missed, where we've hit, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And stay tuned for more videos. We'll be dropping them soon. Deuces.
Peace out.